Yeah, I'm going to show my Christmas tree here. Actually, this is, we're keeping this up a little longer. Since Obama and I think the future President Hillary Clinton are hell-bent on gun control to disarm the American people, and that is actually why they pushed, one of the main reasons they pushed Obama and the elite have. And also, Hillary Clinton is one of the favorites for the $112 million in her coffers for ad campaign on. Plus, I highly suspect that Trump is somebody's telling you all the stuff you want to hear if you're one of these more super conservative people, and he's going to divide the forces against Hillary so she wins, pull a la Ross Perot. Now, since they're pushing this gun control stuff, I want to tell you some things. I can tell you a lot more, but then again, I can only tell you so much, right? Like, this is a 30-06 round, right, for instance. Now, if you want super penetration power, this is actually not a bad round, actually. But you can get, they have these ones that are a 55 grain bullet, and they will go 4,000 feet per second. Faster than the 220 Swift. And if you have it in a rifle with quick rifling, and how that 55 grain bullet gets inside this 30 caliber neck is that it has a plastic sleeve in it. Well, that'll defeat all kinds of stuff. I mean, I put and I'm going to tell you something else even lesser than that. I'm going to tell you another trick. I used it, on the range, going against 3/8 steel, not quarter-inch, 3/8, and it punched right through it at 25 yards, easy, like nothing. I put various types of body armor out there, the standard Kevlar body armor, and other types of body armor, and it punched right through it. Stuff that it's not supposed to. It's supposed to defeat, but the thing is, the round is overstabilized because it's a tiny bullet for what's behind it with this large amount of powder. The other one to do, if you want to keep it really simple, is the regular 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO round, or the AR-15 round, M16 round, whatever you want to call it. If you use the 55 grain bullet projectile, and it's in a rifle with a one twist per 7 inches, that will be overstabilized. That's actually designed for a 70 grain round. Now, they'll tell you that the wound potential is not as good because it works like a drill bit. But the thing is, since it works like a drill bit, it penetrates and defeats a lot of armor. It'll defeat steel. It will also punch through 3/8 steel at... Now, I'm not talking about the best steel in the world, but still it was steel, not some garbage iron. I tested this out many times on the range. I used to try all these different theories, too, to see what works without using tungsten rounds or SS-109 rounds or anything like that, or anything armor-piercing. There's a way to actually make it that way by using a round that's 55 grains for the AR-15 in a one twist per 7 inches, and that's really designed for one twist per 12 inches of the barrel, so it doesn't spin as fast, because the round is designed to tumble upon impact. But you can overstabilize that round, and when you overstabilize that round, it works like a drill bit. Now, I'm presenting this information because they want to disarm the American people, and I'm like, screw these assholes, man, you know what I mean? I'll start dropping some more dimes in different things. And that's a simple tip. It's not illegal to have or anything like that. It's not in the least. Not in the least. Oh, they'll probably try to make it illegal to say that, but that's exactly what the facts are, though. It's just a, engineering type of thing that, if you want to say that, or scientific or physical type thing, that's what happens. When you overstabilize that round, it's not designed to be working like a drill bit. It could actually, if it was to hit, if you're using it for hunting, it would be very bad because it would penetrate without actually making that tumble and making a wide yaw and making it and going in fracture and going in different directions. But if you are using it to try to defeat through and penetrate something to get at the target, it's great. And actually, since it penetrates like a drill bit, the velocity is then slowed down, and then the velocity is slowed down enough that it no longer works like a drill bit when it hits the actual target after it penetrates the steel or the Kevlar. So I want to actually present that information to you because they're trying to do, you know, play their little games through executive orders and things like that. And I'm thinking to myself, screw these bullshit, man. I was like, oh well. Hey, man. And I do know that is one of the main objectives why they want Hillary Clinton as president. Because one of the biggest last stumbling blocks to the New World Order, you know, global totalitarianism. And I can tell you this, you know, it's like, you know, the major media is a pile of bullshit that they are actually, you know, they are actually like government propagandists. That's all they are. It's actually like you're living in another land. And what they, you know, obviously people do know that, but I'm going to tell you this. People that are independent media like me, I also realize there's a lot of games going on where they're trying to, you know, I don't want to actually say it on here, but there's actually things going on where it would be today, I can tell you right now, anybody wanted to get into doing independent media today versus 3 years ago, 3 years ago it would have been a lot easier to do than today. And what I realize what's going on is there's like a trend to make it very difficult to have independent media on the internet. See, right now you don't realize it, but they're making it very, very difficult to have independent media on the internet because it's not worth it. Now, I tend to outwork the problems. You know what I mean? I actually do more work than, you know, I'll double up my work, I'll double up my efforts, I'll triple up my efforts, or whatever the hell it takes to, you know, overcome those obstacles. And that's because I'm a dedicated type person. And I also want to tell you something about myself. I have been in the Marine Corps, and I don't want to say like I'm a veteran and play that game because I don't like people that play that kind of game. There's a lot of jackasses out there that are freaking playing. I'm a veteran, I'm entitled. I don't play that game. You know, if you look at freaking 1776, the veterans out there didn't get entitled to shit, okay? Actually, my lineage goes all the way back to 1776. 3 members that were in the Revolutionary War, but nobody got nothing. There was no like, oh, here's your pay and your bennies, and no. There was none of that garbage. And, you know, I can tell a lot of people in the military it's a mixed bag. Sometimes they're freaking governmental employees in a green uniform. And where's my direct deposit? And they freaking play the total line just as bad as the jerks that are in the major media. And I want to say this. When I went into the Marine Corps, I already had a college degree in accounting. I already was working in accounting. And I went in the Marine Corps because I decided to go in the military because if I didn't go in it, I'd miss out and see something in my life. I wouldn't see it. I was in there for quite a while. I was in there for well over a decade, right? And I want to say this, that I could have easily went officer, but what I did was I went enlisted because what? You know, my motto is, you know, don't call me sir. I work for a living. So, you know, I might call myself, you know, I don't really call myself a veteran. I don't actually call myself this or that. But beware of people that do say that kind of shit because a lot of times they're playing games. And, you know, if you never were in the military, that doesn't mean shit, okay? You just got to be dedicated to the United States, its Bill of Rights, its true Constitution, and against totalitarians. You don't need to have to be in the military to understand what's right and wrong. And you do have the right to self-defense. And when you have the right to self-defense, that means you got to have the same exact kind of rights that, in other words, our military has. That's your weapon. They got that weapon. That's your weapon. Because you are the defense of this nation. What's really going on is when they bring down this nation in an economic way and they destroy its currency and they destroy you know, the government grain dolls, and there's all these tension that's going on, that's where you're going to see major problems, and they're going to bring in garbage to straighten out those major problems. I'm talking about foreign powers. It sounds crazy. It sounded crazy way back when, but you know, it's been talked about a long time. I know the elite plans have been thwarted. They're not on schedule, but let's make sure we push these bastards back, and not just push them back, but push them way the hell back. So I'm dropping some dimes on this shit because you can actually have perfectly safe, well, let's see, perfectly safe, used in the right manner, perfectly legal ammunition that will defeat steel and body armor. If we're using lightweight ammunition, bullets, projectiles, in rifles with a faster rate of twist that are not designed for that particular type of projectile, because what happens is it overstabilizes that round and it makes it work like a drill bit. So I want to give you that information because I realize that you, the people, are getting screwed by the Kenyan former slave trader. That's where his lineage goes, and the the entitled communist white bitch that is probably going to beat our next president. But she might croak. Who knows? She's got a lot of health problems. I don't know. I don't really care, you know. But hey, you know what? Like I said, I'm independent media, and I'm going to tell you right now, the thing is that independent media needs to survive. And I'm not just saying this for me. I'm saying this across the board. They are putting the screws to the independent media in different ways. And it's you, the listener, that, keeps it going. You know what I mean? So let me just leave it at that. So, the independent media is the only thing that is you're actually getting the truth from. You're not getting any of it from the freaking major media. So, just want to tell you that because there is a game going on. I don't want to comment too much on how they're doing it because it'd probably be like a self-inflicted wound to say exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? I can't be that stupid, okay? But you might get my drift. So, over and out.